Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to yet another match in the round of 64 of the Cold Open Cup. I am one of your commentators, I'm Rhymes with Mash, and I am joined here by none other than Fire Vice. How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing good. I'm just here to see some good mania.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a good match going on here. We are looking at Delicate Cuisine and Meow. Looks like we should be hopping into our first warm-ups soon enough. You should not give me supporter. That is not a good idea. There is a prediction going on right now. Everybody gamble your points away. It's a great idea, very sustainable. You've got a couple more minutes to put in your predictions here. Yeah, for warm-ups you are all allowed to be in the lobby. You can have as many people as you want. We do want everybody to be nice and warm for their match. So no worries if you've got your whole team in there.
Yeah, I think it's better if everyone in your team just goes for the warm-up, so that way everyone is at least somewhat warmed up.
We are just waiting on I think the players are about to get readied up. We'll launch into our warm-ups phase of the match. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups here. For our team, Delicate Cuisine, you can pretty clearly see you've got Okaremu, the captain, and DNA BBTBT, who I will from now on refer to as just DNA, because I'm not saying all that. But also not pictured is Ichika 2, I think. And then on the opposing team, Meow, is the Captain Doodle who you can see on screen, as well as Alexia and Mikaru. Definitely looks like Team Meow is the crowd favorite to win. I do believe they are the lower seed, which is an interesting outcome. Gambling is closing in 1 second.
Maybe it's the name. Who would want to vote for Delicate Cuisine when you have such a name such as Meow?
That is true. Perhaps these warm-ups will give us a little more insight into how these teams are going to perform in match. Looks like a pretty
Yeah.
consistency jump stream kind of pick. It looks like DNA is the best player we can see right now. However, this is very far from anything that we're going to see in the pool. Much more physical.
Yeah, and obviously there are some misses in the warm-ups, but like it's okay to miss in the warm-ups. It's not the thing that matters the most in this match.
Oh yeah, no one's making you try your hardest in the warm-ups. Probably want to save your stamina, if anything.
Yeah, just play the warm-up one-handed, no big deal. Save stamina on one hand, use the other hand for the whole warm-up.
Now that's a strategy. You know, while we're waiting for these warm-ups to finish, I'm going to take a look at the statistics sheet, actually. And we can look at the strengths and the weaknesses of some of these players. So it looks like our team on the right, our blue team Meow, is seated 41st. And our team on the left, Delicate Cuisine, is seated 24th. Delicate Cuisine seems to be a pretty well-rounded team. They did have a pretty good score on the Hybrid AC qualifier, coming in at 14th. Team Meow also seems to be pretty well-rounded, but one of their outlier scores was on Rice 1 of all things, which was our more physical jump stream consistency pick, where they placed 27th, the highest of any of their placings. It'll be interesting to see how these strengths and weaknesses come into play throughout the rest of the match.
Surprisingly, we might actually be seeing some of that physicality right now with Okariemu or Okariemu with that performance in the map.
Yeah, not many of the players did well, but Bukaremu did look pretty good there. This is our second warm-up. Mixed nuts TV size.
This is our DMCA moment.
You were right about that. Twitch was actually yelling at us the other day for having so many copyright claims on our VODs. We have no strikes yet though, so we're just living life.
As long as they don't notice that it's a copyright, it's not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I haven't been bothered to keep up with the show, but all I know is that there's this white-haired girl and she's the best.
I've not actually watched Spy Family. I haven't watched any of it. Maybe. Do you think it's worth watching?
Honestly, I kinda stopped watching after like episode 20-something, before the white-haired girl shows up. So, but I enjoyed the show while I still watched it. if you want to bother grinding probably 22 episodes right now, so about like 11 hours worth of the show, good luck.
Hmm. Certainly have heard a lot of good things about it, but looks like our players are back. We should be getting into the second warm-up soon enough. Mapper in the chat, no way. This certainly is a lot closer to something we'd see in the pool. I don't think anything is really this physical though. I think something comparable might be Hybrid 2, Metam Pandoradora.
Yeah, maybe it could be pretty similar to that.
It does definitely look harder than that, especially now. Do you see Okaremu's top scoring again though with a 99.3, which is pretty good. You see some denser long notes, even getting to inverse at some points earlier.
Yeah, Okariemu might probably be the person you want to watch out for when you're fighting delicate cuisine.
Yeah. They definitely have long note prowess here. However, that doesn't transfer super well. Well, might not transfer super well. It could to just the pure micro act that is these pools at this stage.
We see some FCs from Doodle and Okariemu, but it's Okariemu with probably the much more significant score compared to the others.
Yeah, here we can actually get a bit of insight onto the ratio of the players. Despite Okaremu and Doodle's FCs, neither of them had super great ratios. We'll see how that transfers though as we get into the actual picks. We have finished the warm-up phase, and getting into the rolls, Doodle gets a 66.
The next roll is either going to be super good or super bad, depending on how this goes.
Yeah. Oh, a 94! Not bad. Not bad at all. So, Delicate Cuisine wins the roll. That means they get to pick first regardless. Now they get the choice of banning first and protecting second, or banning second and protecting first.
Yeah, this is definitely where strategy comes into the game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think it's the captain who's supposed to roll.
I think it's fine. Usually you just take first roll anyway.
Yeah, true. We'll just leave that alone.
The benefit of protecting first means you ban second, which means you won't accidentally ban something that your opponent might ban, but the advantage of protecting second means you'll be reacting to your opponent's attack, or your opponent's protect. So you might have a little more insight if you protect second. But they're going to choose to ban first and protect second. So
this... Oh no, you go first.
So that means Meow is going to be protecting first.
If I'm gonna be honest, I probably would want to protect first since I get second ban, then because I can see what they are not good at.
Hmm. It's probably a good idea. It really just depends on how much intel you have on the other team. Now it looks like they're going to be protecting a hybrid too, the Tanpin Dora, which has both the hybrids have actually been pretty popular so far. Not super surprising. Like we were saying earlier, Hybrid 2 is probably the most physical map in the pool. And now it is over to Delicate Cuisine to protect a map. Oh, did Bancho eat some messages? Let's tell our referee, Gendu, that it is Delicate Cuisine's turn to protect. You gotta get all the protects out of the way before anyone can ban. Otherwise, there's no real point to the protects. It looks like they're protecting LN1. That is... Oh, looks like they were gonna plan to ban that, actually. I was about to say, protecting LN1 is certainly very unpopular. I think we've seen that map banned more than anything else. We have seen a lot of confusion. It's a lot of people's first tournaments. It's understandable to be a little confused on the ban, protect, pick process.
Yeah, most tournaments probably follow just banning, no protects. So protects are definitely maybe a newer concept to those outside of media.
Yeah. I think they are protecting Rice 1 and banning LN1. Not 100% sure. Yeah, it looks like our referee is just confirming that. You do not want to miss that up. Okay, yeah, they are protecting Rice 1 and banning Long Note 1. Which means now it is back to Meow for their ban.
Yeah, this is probably the time where you want to think about what map you really don't want to see or what map you don't want your opponent to get a hold of. It's up to preference and what you think you'll ban. And right now we're banning Rice 5.
Yeah, Rice 5 is a very interesting pick. For those of you not familiar with it, it is mostly focused on flams and graces throughout the entire map. It can be really tricky to hold good ratio on that, and sometimes you can even see some 200s come out on those flams. And so,
Yeah,
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. My bad. I don't have anything to say. My bad.
That's fine, it's fine. Delicate Cuisine, they were the winners of the role, which means that they pick first by default.
Yeah, that's also another factor on why I'd protect first. So you protect first, you get free priority. Ban second, you get to notice their weakness first, then you
this match.
Yeah, everything the momentum of the match will be decided from here. This is definitely the map where you want the first point definitely so that you can decide further from there.
Yeah, getting a handle on the momentum in the early game is certainly important. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams get a confident pick out of the way first and trade picks though.
Yeah, that might be what could happen, depending on how this match could go.
Looks like Meow has a very slight early lead. This isn't a super long map. We're already about a quarter of the way through, and the scores are pretty close.
Yeah, it's a bit too close for comfort right now. It's very hard to tell who can have the lead, especially when it's flickering back and forth.
Yeah, we've got something actually pretty interesting going on here. We've got a very consistent team on the side of Meow. Both players around 99.4, and then we have the outlier of DNA at 99.7, but Ichika at 99.15. So it all kind of really balances out. However, as we enter this break, it looks like Delicate Cuisine does have the slight lead this time.
Yeah, if things are going to go if DNA holds on very well, but Ichika's at 98 right now, so this is kind of bad for Delicate Cuisine. We're about to head to the last. Oh, we are in the last fourth of the map, but right now, oh, this is it's a bit close for comfort, but right now it's on Meow's favor.
Yeah. DNA is still holding a really strong 99.69, and then the side of Meow, both players holding pretty good. But it looks like the consistency will hold out and it'll let Meow take their first pick, which is actually a break point, I believe.
I'm sorry, DNA has 1/200.
Yeah, that is definitely an outlying score. Best ratio, best 200 count by far. All FCs across the board, though.
Yeah, really impressive for the first pick, but it's more on Ichika's not as good accuracy compared to the other team, and the DNA couldn't help carry Ichika for that one.
We'll see how this dynamic continues to play out. Now it's 0-1, and with that breakpoint, Team Blue has a chance to get up 2-0 here if they can pick correctly. I imagine they'll probably go for long note? Hard to say though.
Yeah, this is a good example of winning the first point, giving you momentum, because right now it's a break point, and now this could be Meow's best chance, and they pick Hybrid too.
Yeah, I really don't know how I feel about this pick, to be honest. I'm not sure how Team Meow will hold up with the more physical pick. We'll see.
Yeah, this could definitely be this could also be a one that can go either way.
We did see Okaremu pulling out a really good physicality at the start. I wouldn't be surprised if they come in right here, and we do.
Yeah, this is a map. It's also really short too, so any miss could really be beneficial for the opposing team.
We'll see that in chat. Are we actually going to see someone playing with Fade in, or is that flashlight? Hard to tell if it's a I or an L.
I think that's an. I think it's too small for an eye. That's an L, small L. I don't know.
Actually, I think I remember Mikaru playing with Faden from the qualifiers. I can't actually remember. It'll be interesting either way.
Yeah, throwing mods into any sort of pick that is free mod can be really interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely more common for players just to have the visual modifiers baked into their skins instead of actually playing with the mod for a number of reasons. And it looks like it is Faden. So we're going to see some low scroll speed action.
Maybe it helps them read better, but honestly, I don't know. This could be very risky.
Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't be playing if it didn't make them better. And they are holding really good AC so far. Everybody is actually holding really high AC in the mid to high 99s. DNA is still being the outlier, 99.7.
Yeah, right now, Delicate Cuisine's accuracies are a bit high compared to the others. It could be considered a 1v1 between them.
Yeah, it looks like Mikaru is dropping a number of 200s.
I mean, I guess to protect something means you have a plan for that pick. So I guess Faden was part of the plan. Currently no breaks so far, all FCs at the moment. Mikaru, the only one at a 98, and they're the one with Faden as well, so that could be really bad. I'm seeing some grades. There. Oh, Elixia missed too. That's very bad for the opposing team. This is a Delicate Cuisine point, giving them a break point of their own. And the ratios are back.
Yeah, that's a really impressive ratio from Okaremu with only 200s to boot, followed by DNA with only 239 300s.
Yeah, that's definitely this team is definitely on a higher scale compared to Meow.
Commentators are looking too far into it. We just like the song. You know, fair enough.
Understandable, I get it.
It looks like Delicate Cuisine is going for race 1, which I believe was their protect? We did have 2 breakpoints in a row. 3 more points and you can take it.
4 more points and you get a tiebreaker.
That is true. This is our custom map from Phoenix. It is a very consistency jump stream, cut and dry. So not much else to say about it. It's really just going to be an act battle, a ratio battle. I don't foresee anyone really slipping up or missing too much here.
Yeah, and if you're saying it's more of an act battle, I can definitely understand why Delicate Cuisine would choose this pick, since it's an act battle, as you say, and their act is really good.
Yeah, they definitely do have ratio on their side here. And if they win this, I would recommend also picking race 2. It is very similar, but more speed focus and a little less dense. So you'd most likely be able to take that. On the side of Meow, I'd probably recommend going back to the long note picks.
Yeah, it's definitely important to notice where you're losing or where you think you can take a chance in, because like paying observation to what's happening in the match, it could be really useful.
There are not very many long picks in this pool. A surprising number of them are actually under 2 minutes. This one being no exception at 1:59. We should be getting into it and it'll be over in a flash. We see early 200s from the side of Ichika and DNA. However, they're pulling it back pretty quickly. And just like that, the score is back to flickering.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. If anyone misses, that's probably an automatic win. But once again, this is more on accuracy, as you have stated.
Yeah, we're seeing DNA with the trademark 99.7. They do drop a 200 right there, but that won't impact them much. They're already on their way back up. You see Elixio not far behind with a 99.3, and then Doodle and Ichika are battling it out at around 99.1.
Yeah, right now I'd say things are about fair-ish, but Delicate Cuisine is the one that's having a slight edge over the other ones.
Yeah. Elixia bringing their ag back up to 99.47 is really impressive. It does let Meow take the score lead here. Couple 200s from their side though, and it could swing right back. Ichika dropping below 99, DNA holding at 99.6. Don't get impatient, don't rush. This could be really close, get down to the last couple judgments.
Yeah, it's flickering back and forth as you're stating, but right now if things are going their way, it might be a Meow victory.
Yes!
Yeah, it is.
By about, was that 1,700 points? Really close cut. And is that our third breakpoint in a row?
Yes, it is.
Looks like our top scorer is DNA. Not really a surprising outcome. Best ratio, best 200 count. But Ali not far behind, really. Only 3 more 200s and a handful of 300s. So this takes us back to a familiar spot. Meow is up by 1, and it is their pick.
Yes, it is. If things are going to repeat itself, then that would mean we're just going to bring it back to a tie once again.
It looks like they're following my advice, going with Rice 2. Despite having lost Rice 1, I think they're looking to believe. This is Arcade Busters, mapped by none other than Danny PX, a player in this tournament actually.
Yeah, this might be a map that could also be close, but once again, anything can happen, especially in the mid-game part of this match.
how close the last jump stream pick was. Who knows how this could go? Looks like they're reviewing the protects and bans in chat. We should be getting into this pick soon enough, and right on time. Here they go. Hoping for another close battle. $200 on the first note from Doodle. Quickly recovering accuracy though.
Right now things are things are also kind of close as well, but it's like more visible for Delicate Cuisine's lead for this one.
Yeah, they certainly do have the accuracy advantage right out of the gate, giving them a healthy lead. We are already like a third of the way through this map. It's only 1 minute and 40 seconds. Every judgment counts.
Yeah, it's kind of early-ish too. We're kind of almost halfway there through the map. So this is not a type of map where you want to make a miss. Because with longer maps, you can definitely make up for it later. But in shorter maps, you might have to play it to almost perfection.
Yeah, for sure. And we are seeing DNA performing marvelously. Okaremu really close behind at 99.5. Alexia pretty much at the same point, 99.5. Doodle lagging behind a little. Hopefully they can get their accuracy back up and maybe recover a little in the last sliver. But it's not looking good for Team Meow on this pick.
Yeah, right now, Delicate Cuisine, someone has to miss in order for it to go to Meow, but at this rate it might have to be both, but nope, no one misses.
And that is another breakpoint in the books. And wow.
Okay.
That is
DNA's showing up.
Yeah, that's a really good score from DNA. Unfortunate 200, but only 122 300s. Really great. And that brings us to a tied game.
That's also the 4th breakpoint in a row.
There's no way we see 5 breakpoints in a row, right? There's no way that happens.
Surely not. No, never.
Going for a Hybrid 1 Strange Inventor. This is probably one of the most popular picks I've seen so far. Carnation as well. This is a really interesting map.
Yeah, the map is weird rhythms. It's not easy to like. It definitely takes some practice.
Yeah, getting used to all the dead space between these bursts. It makes you really impatient when you're really trying to focus on hack. And it could lead to you hitting a little bit early. Be careful. So far, we're looking at the same lineup.
No switching from Ichika, no switching from Meow. Nope, we're still gonna keep the same team 3 picks in a row.
Seems to be working well enough. I guess. It does make you wonder how it would go if they had switched out. Some of these points have been really close. I wonder how it would go.
DNA does kind of bring a good point. They've just brought it down to a best of 3.
Yeah, functionally, best of 3, first to 2 right now. If we play... If one team can just win 2 picks, they take the point. But if they trade yet again, we'll be going to tiebreaker. I don't want to start the hype too early though.
Yeah, we could be very wrong at the end. But right now, we'll just have fun with the match, see what happens.
Looks like client is being a little silly. Let's try and fix that. Okay, here we go.
We might have skipped in a bit, but it's fine. It's still very early in the pick.
Looks like Okaremu has the early lead. DNA following behind, a bit of a reversal of what we've seen so far. Doodle holding really solid accuracy, tying DNA at 99.5. Really solid act overall so far. Working through these tricky rhythms to hold everybody above 99.3. I don't think we've really seen that so far.
Yeah, maybe. In a map that's kind of filled with a bunch of insane rhythms and parts to hit, right now I'd say these players are doing very well for themselves.
This is one of our longer picks, nearing 3 minutes this time. So there is more time to make up if you do slip up a little. However, we are almost 3/4 of the way through the map, so if you've made a mistake, you should probably start catching up.
Yeah, right now we're about last 1/4 of the map way through. Right now I don't think we're getting our 5th breakpoint. Yay. But right now it's just getting leads getting quite bigger for delicate cuisine.
Yeah, they are holding on to a solid about 15k lead here. Actually 20k even. One last burst. Right after this world's longest long note.
Let go.
Intrusive thoughts telling you to let go of the long note. Oh, we see a V1 double S from Okaremu.
Man, these players are going crazy.
Really solid 990k, but DNA actually did beat Okaremu on ratio slightly, but with the two 200s. Still really an impressive team score from the two.
Yeah, right now things are going to things can only get much more tense since this is Meow's pick to win right now. So whatever Meow has planned, they have to do.
And they're going to be banking on Melty Sweets to take them to tiebreaker. They've got to win this or else they will lose.
Yeah, this is definitely a very tense pick right now. if Meow fails to win this, there's no tiebreaker. But if they do, we're going to a tiebreaker.
Will it end 4-2 or 4-3? We will find out. This is actually our first long note pick of the match, seeing as long note 1 was banned and long note 3 went ignored. But this is a pretty simple chart, really. Not a lot of finger independence needed, as you might expect from long notes. It's more focused on the releases and micro accuracy of hitting on time and releasing at the same time.
We're seeing another faded.
Oh yeah, Mikaru is coming back in, seeing the fade in once again. Kinda looks like... Actually, I can't even discern who has the lead here. After DNA has dropped a couple 200s, Okaremu holding probably the best accuracy we've seen so far at a high 99.7, 99.8.
Yeah, right now, surprisingly, it's DNA with the worst accuracy right now. Because, like, Okaremu is the one holding strong with 99.76. DNA got back to 99.5, but both Meow is at 99.5 too.
Yeah, even 99.6. They're doing really solid on this pick. It's really too close to tell as we hit the halfway point. Mikaru's still gaining accuracy even at 99.66. Doodle holding strong at 99.61. Okaremu way up there at 99.73, and DNA still holding on really solid to high accuracy, but not as high as everybody else. A 99.58 is still very respectable though.
Yeah, right now it's still going back and forth. It's very hard to tell if this will go to a tiebreaker. Of course, I won't say if I think it will be, but it's very close as it is.
Oh, but with DNA recovering to 99.6, yeah, it's looking like Delicate Cuisine will be taking this pick.
Yeah, that was really close too, but like, there's no tiebreaker for you guys. Oh, I was gonna say V1SS, but there was 1-100 from Okaremu.
1-100. Funny score. Mikaru with the best ratio out of anybody, but the 200's kind of dragging the performance down. DNA and Doodle with actually pretty similar performances there. Actually, Okaremu and Mikaru only about 30 points away from each other.
Yeah, this could have very much been a battle between Delicate Cuisine itself.
Well, that takes them up 4-2. Good game, well played to everybody. Thank you all for playing. Congratulations to Delicate Cuisine. They will be moving on in the winner's bracket. Let's find them in here. And they'll be facing Bob in the next round of 32.
Holy moly, this is gonna be a good one.
Over in the loser's bracket, don't worry, Team Meow is not out of it yet. Looks like they'll be facing J4F, who actually lost to Bob in their match.
It's the Bob effect.
With that, we can wrap up that match. Our next match will be about an hour and 7 minutes from now. I'm not sure what those teams are exactly. Not sure what this team acronyms are. But
It's at the bottom. It's like Zangai family versus the world's fattest gamers.
yeah, there it is. But until then, thank you all very much for tuning in and spending the match with us. I am Rhymes with Mash, joined by Fire Vice, and we will see you in the next match. Any last words?
And I guess just like wear a jacket. It's pretty cold here.
Cold here too. We'll see you next time, everybody.